Students should follow a tutoring program that is research-based because these researchers have done the job of looking into what works best for students. This most of the time will align with the science of reading, or it aligns with the math practices that we will continue to use throughout. It's a good way for teachers to be able to rely on high impact tutoring because they know that they are using the practices that they know are best used in the classroom as well.
A lot of students who are being tutored are building really strong relationships with those tutors.
Tutors are really good at building relationships with students, which builds connections and it helps them in their academics. Because of that really cool repeat check-ins, either in a small group or one-on-one.
A student's having another positive relationship with another adult who's connected to their academic outcomes or academic development is really critical.
Relationships are super important anytime that you are teaching or learning.
It's those little moments when you ask them about their weekend, or you notice that they have a new haircut, or remembering a fun fact about them. When they see that kind of effort being put into them as a whole and not just about their academic progress, they will often come in and even on their worst days show up as their best selves, or they will communicate if they need a little extra on a certain day.
In some cases, tutors, through their close relationships, might discover that, say, a student doesn't have enough food at home, or a student doesn't have warm clothes for the winter, and the tutor is able to communicate that to their teacher and then work with the school to get that resolved.
So if you have that relationship, it really is the foundation for getting the message across, getting the tutoring across, and ensuring that you're meeting the child where they are and meeting the whole child.
Some sources that schools should look at are their parent community or their caregiver community. That community is probably very interested in the success of their students. Another sort of novel approach would be looking at local higher education institutions. So students who are looking for ways to earn income to support college career and pay for tuition could do tutoring in high schools or elementary schools.
Have a tutor who is someone who might be in college at the time or is an educator, but they've gone through school, they've gone through things that maybe the students are not exposed to all the time. They do have an example. They have representation in the truest way.
It's extremely important to get tutors that can match students, especially if they haven't seen that before. Students need to see themselves represented in educators, and tutors are one way to do that.
To be the person who can spark high-impact tutoring impact, visit our website to access advocacy tools at studentsupportaccelerator.org.